Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting adventure of reviews! Oh, I'm dizzy now. Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Mitchell Ryan Darcy and today I'm going to be watching Venom in IMAX 3D. And I'm not too excited about the film. You can't go anywhere on the internet without hearing that Venom is being received poorly. It's kind of a mess of a movie, stuff like that. And I'm going into it. I was gonna go into it with low expectations because it was Sony. How bad could it be? Like, I mean, granted, all the other superhero movies that came out this year, this one is probably more than likely is going to be the least. And I mean, it's sort of the odds are stacked against it. I'm excited to see Tom Hardy, and I have seen a bit of I think the first trailers for it with reveal of actual Venom, and I mean it looks a little cool CGI, but at the same time, the voice is not annoying me, but it's like it's weird, like it's unique. I'm open to the idea of the way the voice is.
We can do whatever we want. Do we have a deal?
Almost sounds a bit like a gentleman. like like pish posh and classy Venom. But I don't know. I that's my first impression, and yeah, I'm kind of excited to see just the overall film and just see if it's good or bad. The only thing I'm really disappointed with it right off the bat, from what I've heard, is that it's PG-13 because Sony wasn't sure. They were like, we don't want to do as much as we would like to do rated R. We don't know how the Marvel Cinematic Universe would like that, so we want to keep it PG-13 just in case, the Avengers need Venom, or money, stuff like that. We want, in that sense, it's already sort of a miss there, because let's face it. I mean, I know a lot of people are a fan of Venom and the character and all that, but for me, not really. But I am interested, since the movie is called Venom and it's based around Venom. So it's like, is Venom? I guess he's an anti-hero in the sense, like, because I always thought Venom was the villain, like, generally. So it's like, how do you have a movie based around the villain? And it's like, how does it work? Tom Holland ain't doing bad at all as Spider-Man. So, is he gonna be in this film? What is the timeline if this is in fact in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Is this after Avengers 4? Oh. Is it before? Which would be lame. Is it during? Ooh, exciting. I have a bad feeling it's going to be an end credit scene with setup to things that won't happen because Sony will be like, let's scrap that whole thing. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Time to watch Venom. Today is technically the day after I've seen Venom. I got home really late last night, and yeah, so I just want to say, because I totally forgot in my before section, is that I am a fan of Lady Gaga, and I am a fan of musicals. So keep that in mind when I'm doing this review. And for those of you who don't know, Venom has been receiving terrible reviews. But there's also speculation, or it popped up in the news, that Lady Gaga fans are purposely putting out fake bad reviews of Venom, just so people can go see A Star Is Born. Now, one of the reasons why I'm not running out to see A Star Is Born is because I know for a fact it's going to be nominated for Best Picture. And so that movie is going to be playing probably to the end of the year in theaters. And if it goes, it's probably going to come back for just before Oscar season for hype. So yeah, it's that movie, and I'm gonna buy it anyways. Definitely. I mean, it's a rated R musical. How many rated R musicals are there? And this one's critically acclaimed, from what I can tell so far. And plus, Bradley Cooper's directing it for the first time. So, anyways, getting that out of the way, I just want to say um I pleasantly enjoyed Venom. Excluding the IMAX or 3D, I went in with such low expectations, but not too low expectations. Like I was kind of low because, unfortunately, when I was looking up showtimes and that, I already saw the really low meter critic score, the low Rotten Tomato score, all that jazz or whatever, and like I was like, oh great, it's gonna be a bad movie. But it's like it wasn't bad. Like it wasn't bad. Like it was a lot of surprises in it, and I just enjoyed the film overall. Like I don't understand the general impression. Like it's a little more obvious that Sony's trying to make more money off of the property of Venom and all that, because of the way they set it up, in the sense that, they want to do what Marvel's doing. And so at this point, audience members know that going into the film. They're like, and so I think a lot of people are disliking the film because of that, but I don't know. I did my best to not read any reviews or whatnot. But I was pleasantly surprised this way. It was like Marvel Cinematic Universe PG-13, like the stereotypical origin story. So like Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, Iron Man 1, but with that edge of on the cusp of being rated R. Like it's like take Iron Man or Ant-Man and then make it about aliens. Like I'm talking James Cameron's Aliens, okay? Like there's elements of horror in this film. I was shocked how it was filmed. I was shocked how it edited. Like if you get rid of the plot and story wise, the way the action scenes alone are shot was well worth the ticket in IMAX 3D. Even though I checked, I looked at this screen to see if it changed ratio into true IMAX. It did not change ratio for IMAX. So if you want to save your money on IMAX, don't see it in IMAX. But it was a decent ratio, but it's just you could tell it wasn't filmed with true IMAX cameras. So even though that, the action scenes stood out really well, and it was like the editing I loved. Like it felt like they actually had a little bit of fun with the editing. At the same time, it seemed like they also, a lot of this movie in general, they went the step further. They took a lot of risks. Sony has, the reason I'm not saying Marvel specifically is you can tell in the first minute of the movie when it says in association with Marvel logo appears. So it's not the official Marvel Cinematic Universe logo, it's just the old logo. And then it says it again when the actual movie starts. So it's like, going into it, you can tell people already, if they are going to dislike this movie or go into the movie hating the movie, you're going to see that and be like, yeah, just give the Spider-Man property back to Marvel, because right now Sony owns the Spider-Man side of things. So I think that's where a lot of the hate is coming from. They're kind of hoping maybe Sony will just give the property for it, but I don't know if that's going to happen soon. So until then, I'm really hoping, like, by the end of this movie, I was actually, and partly due to that end credit scene as well, Both end credit scenes I thought were good, surprising, incredibly surprising. I haven't had that surprising of an end credit scene in a long time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, I can't remember the last time I was like, generally, I'm like, wow. And it's not because I don't know Venom comics. I don't know that sort of side of it. I just have an idea of what Venom is and the reveal at the end and all that. But I want to see a sequel, and this is my first time hearing the Eminem song, and it was the Venom theme, and yeah, that was cool. I need to listen to his new album. I haven't heard any of it. It's not the kind of stuff they play on the radio. Anyways, I was shocked what they did with it. Shocked where it went. In the sense of certain things, like, for example, it's PG-13. So I was like, oh, all my expectations for anything like, blood, violence, swearing, everything will be, Marvel Cinematic Universe style, where it's like, maybe implied, stuff like that. Not much. And then it's like, stuff happens in the movie that I can't mention because I'm going to put that on the spoiler review. So check out that video. That's going to be uploaded either around the same time or just after this non-spoiler review. So yeah, subscribe and stuff if you want to see that video and all that. But Venom, like, there was a lot of swearing. Like, at PG-13 standards, like, I lost track of how many times, like, I'm surprised how much they pushed the line for PG-13 in this film. I like the general story in the sense that it is a stereotypical Marvel Cinematic Universe origin pickup, but it also was doing a lot of things differently. It's hard to describe. But there's the Venom elements of the story just felt a lot different and sort of unique. Like, not totally different, but just unique enough that I was entertained from start to finish. Especially the action scenes, specifically. And the editing. Like, for example, there's a montage early in the movie. So to introduce the character of Tom Hardy. And it is... I'm like, wow, they actually, put some effort in editing. It's not cut and paste or anything like that. It actually looks... It didn't feel like it. I've seen this somewhere else before. It felt sort of original, and it was kind of cool seeing that in 3D. There were so many things that surprised me about this movie. Yeah, I'm positive review. I want to see more. I like what they did. I liked what they set up with the character. I enjoyed some of the payoffs, even though they were predictable. They were... A lot of it was actually quite funny, too. Tom Hardy did a tremendous job. Like, I felt like he did what the equivalent of Benedict Cumberbatch did for Doctor Strange. Tom Hardy did with Venom. I like the overall end product of the movie, okay? So... Venom's voice didn't bother me. Like, I liked it. By the end of it, I was practically smiling at every Venom part. So anyways, let me know in the comments below what you thought of Venom. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hear it somewhere. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. I want you to have a nice day or night or whatever time you watch this. Have a nice whatever. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Tongue action.